Life as a black man was always difficult. The pigmentation of our skin makes people think that we are less worthy, or at least that was the stereotype that was given to us. But for me personally, I'm so grateful for the experiences that I've been through as a child and who I am today as a person. I'm so grateful for the mindset that I have and that I can share to other people. I could have been a low life scum. I could have just been a absolute joke man. I could have just been someone that's homeless, someone that is hopeless. But I chose to create value, to educate myself, to gain knowledge, to apply that knowledge, to seek wisdom, to create a relationship with God. I chose to do things that isn't fun. These aren't fun things to do. It's not fun to go outside in the rain and jog. It's not fun to do that. Let's be honest. These things aren't like actually fun to do. They're only fun whilst you're actually doing it, and listening to the music. But like thinking about it before doing it, it's not like fun to look outside your window and it's raining and like it's dark outside and it's cold. And then to think, okay, let me put on my jogging bottoms and let me go take a jog. It's not fun to think. Like if we have to be honest with ourselves, it's not fun to think like that. If anything, that's pushing us away from it because it's a difficult task. It's a difficult task to do. Let's be honest, guys. Like, are we gonna sit here and just keep lying to ourselves? Are we every day? Are we just gonna keep lying to ourselves? And then when we get older and we have kids, we're just gonna keep lying to our kids as well? Are we gonna live our life as a lie? Do you want to be in your deathbed and all you can remember is all the lies you've been telling to yourself and to other people? Personally, I want to be able to tell people publicly what I do in my private and be proud of what I'm doing in my private. I want to like genuinely have like be an open book. I want to be able to just express everything that occurs in my life and see the negativity as growth and see the positivity as growth as well. Because these two things, as long as you're still alive and you're not injured, these things are actually growing us. That term that people say, what doesn't kill you just makes you stronger, that's actually true. Like when you think about it, like what actually doesn't kill you. So if you're going through some type of pain, this pain, if it's not killing you or injuring you, is actually making you stronger because it's limiting, or it's, what's the word? I don't even know the word for it, but it's testing to see what is your pain point? What is the limit of your pain point? And the more you keep tapping at that pain point, the more it keeps raising, and then your pain point becomes harder to reach. And once you keep hitting, like as this pain point is increasing and you keep hitting it and it goes higher and higher, you're actually getting closer to success. Isn't that strange? It's always when you've done so much of the work and now you give up, you're like, oh, I'm not seeing any results. It's always the next day. If you put in the work again, that's when you start seeing the results. But if you quit and give up, you tend to just throw away all that. Like you were basically like downloading a file, you got to 90% and you were like, yo, this file's taking too long, and then you cancel it. And now you got to start again from 0%. Think about it like that. That's how life is. All the successful people you see in the world, these people have literally executed information, like they've taken action on things they've read so many times, and then it just took maybe the 100th time, maybe the 1000th time. It just took that consistency and then applying it. Once they made that application and they became good at that thing, people can see things. Like, people aren't stupid. They can see when you've implemented action. Now, I'm not like Leonardo DiCaprio, and like I'm not the most attractive guy in the world, but two things I seek are knowledge and wisdom. Those are two things I seek every single day. I might not be taking the action, but at least every single day I'm like surrounding myself around knowledge. I'm ridding myself of people that don't want to seek knowledge, don't want to keep improving themselves. And it's a difficult journey to be on, but at the end of the day, this is my life. I'm not going to let other people live my life for me. I don't want to live in regret, thinking, oh wow, like I had so many ideas in my mind, but I wasn't able to execute. I wasn't, I wasn't able to execute them because someone else thought less of me. Someone else thought I couldn't achieve it. That's crazy. Imagine leaving your destiny to someone else. Like, that's so sad. That is so sad that a lot of men with their weak brains, a lot of men with their absolutely weak brains, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you've been in an environment where everyone thinks the same, everyone applies the same actions, so you're just doing what everyone else is doing. Isn't that normal to you? Yeah, to you it would be normal, right? Because you're just, if everyone's doing this thing, then clearly I should be doing it as well. But it's actually the things that less people are doing that makes you successful. And if you don't want to become successful, that's fine. Like, some people just genuinely just enjoy working because they need to feed their family. Some people even blame their children for not becoming successful, or they say things like, you wouldn't understand how it is to have a child and improve your life. Like, you don't know what I go through every day. When meanwhile, there's people living in Africa, there's people living around the world, Asia, India, Pakistan, people in Sierra Leone, people in Ghana, Nigeria, people in Australia, people out there that have twice or three times more kids than you do, and they're still managing their business. They're not complaining. They're still feeding their families. So what genuinely, there's no problem that you face currently. There's no problem that you face currently that someone else in another country doesn't already have multiplied by three, I can't even speak today. There's not a problem you face today that someone else isn't going through that's harder. Just always remember that. If you're going through a problem right now, just always remember someone else is going through worse. Just always remember that. That's a great way to have like an abundance mindset. So like, if you've gone through some immediate pain, or if you're stressing or you're anxious about something, just remember someone else in the world is going through worse than this. So let me just be calm. Let me just rationalize. Let me think of a plan to solve this problem. Always remember that someone else is going through worse than you. Someone else is in a worse position than you right now. They have maybe the same amount of kids than you. Maybe they have more kids than you. Maybe they've lost family members. There's so many like pain points that people go through, and they think, oh, this is the end of the world, when someone else is literally going through twice as much the burden that you're going through, but they're not complaining about it. In fact, that's making them work harder. Are you going to let someone that's going through twice as much pain as you work harder than you? You basically have it easier than them. So just think about that. I don't want to make this video too long. I love you guys all. My name is Paul. You probably know this already. And I just want to educate young men, genuinely, with nothing in return. I don't want you to do anything for me. I just want to educate people. That's my end goal. My end goal, like, I will literally die happily knowing that I've helped as many men as possible. And it doesn't need to just be men, women as well. I want to educate as many like women as well, because then women can teach men as well if they've learned from the right men. Anyone can be taught. Doesn't matter what your gender is, your race, etc. Like, as long as you have the knowledge and you've applied it, then you have the wisdom. And with that wisdom, you can teach other people because you've been through that experience. Take care, guys.